It is 6:30 PM on it's February 5th, 2019. And we will call we have a quorum present. We will go ahead and call this meeting of the City of Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission to order. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is my microphone working?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
There's one.
Okay. Okay. All right, it's tested. We're good. All right, so second item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the January 15th meeting. Commissioners, do we have motion? Motion by
to
Karen.
approve.
Second.
Second by Jim. All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 3 is consent agenda for plats. We have one item on the agenda this evening. It is for the final plat of Castle Hills Crown Center Edition, Lot 1, Block A, on 4.419 acres out of the Harrison Young Survey, abstract number 1448, with a general business 2 zoning designation located at the southwest corner of Regent Way and State Highway 121.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is for a single lot. Commercial plat is intended to be an office development. There were 2 variances that were both approved by City Council on January 28th, 2019. There's no new variances requested with this plat. So staff's recommendation is that we approve the plat as presented.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any questions or a motion for approval?
Motion to approve agenda item 3A, consent agenda for plats.
Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Mary Ellen. All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to agenda item 4A, we have a public hearing for consent agenda plats. And it's for the final plat of High Point Oaks Edition, Lot 2RB1-1R, 2RB1-2R, and Lot 2RB1-3R, Block C on 7.702 acres out of the R.H. Thompson Survey, abstract number 1247, Zone Light Industrial District, located at the northwest corner of West Vista Ridge Mall Drive and Denton Tap Road, being a replat of High Point Oaks Edition, Lot 2RB1, Block C.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a public hearing as it is a replat of an existing lot. This plat creates 3 lots. They are all zone light industrial, and there is an office warehouse development intended for one of the lots. Staff's recommendation is that the Planning and Zoning Commission approve the plat as presented.
Okay. Do we have any questions before we open the public hearing for this item? Okay, well then, with that, we will open the public hearing for agenda item 4A. Anyone wishing to speak on this item may come forward. Having no one come forward, we will close the public hearing for agenda item 4A. Commissioners, discussion or a motion for approval?
Motion to approve item 4A.
Motion by William,
Second.
second by Jim. All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to agenda item 5A, we have a public hearing for zoning and special use permits for the consideration of a zone change request from General Business District to Old Town Center Business District on approximately 0.303 acres, acre tract of land out of the J.W. King Survey, abstract number 696, and located at 151 Elm Street, as requested by RO Properties, the property owner.
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. This is a straight zoning change request for the third of an acre property that's behind Main Street on Elm Street. Behind the property, the RO Properties is developing the new 3-story building that's going up. This property is intended just to be used for parking and to develop it in the future. They're not quite sure what that development will be, but they do want to rezone it now to Old Town Center to incorporate it with their existing development and service parking for that currently. This does meet the Old Town Plan, which does call for this area to be zoned Old Town Center. Staff is here if you have any questions. The applicant is not present tonight.
Don't we have a pending, forgot what I was going to say. Didn't we open a public hearing and then postpone it?
So this one, we just had to renotice the public hearing because the sign wasn't posted on the property for the last meeting that we sent the letters for. So we resent the letters and we posted the sign, so we can go ahead and open the public hearing and hear the case tonight.
Okay, we didn't continue.
We did not.
Okay.
So we would reopen, is what you're saying?
It's a new one, so we just have to open it.
Continue.
The one that we continued was for the U-Haul, and that will be at our next meeting on the 19th.
Okay.
Same day.
Thank you for keeping track of that. It got a little confusing. Okay, did we receive any calls on this zoning application?
Yes, I did receive one call from the adjacent property owner on the theater owner. It backs up to this property. Their concern was just maintaining access to their rear door, since the rear of their property is immediately adjacent to this property, and so they've currently been accessing through it, and they just want to maintain that accessibility. There's no development plans right now, and there's no plat in play at this point in time, but it's something we certainly will talk to the Owenses about when they are ready to develop the property.
Okay, and so that was leading into my next question then, that whenever they do come up with a site plan, development plan for this property, would that come back through here to where we could have the opportunity to look at that?
The plat will come before you. The Old Town
Just the
Development.
plat?
Yes, the Old Town Development Plan would only come before you if there was, it probably wouldn't come before you, but the plat would.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Well, with that, we will open the public hearing for agenda item 5A. Anyone wishing to speak on this item may come forward at this time.
Hi, good evening. My name is Alan Craig. We own the property at 162 West Main, which backs up to the Elm property here. And same thing with the neighbor next door. Just want to make sure, concerns with, with entrance to the back. We have the garage door, and at some point there will be a business in there. We just don't know what yet, because it is an empty shell, and we just want, concerns moving forward. We just don't want you blocked. That's all, pretty much. And then this is probably. I mean, that's all I really want to say about that, but we just walked, we live in McKinney, so we just walked over and took a look at the property at 162 just now. And I've never met Randy Owen, but I guess, we never received a phone call or anything, but their scaffolding that runs across the side of that building for their for their building their scaffolding is inside of our building. I guess, it's really strange, and we never authorized it. I just took pictures just now, and this, so. The back of the building is locked still with our locks. You can't access it through the front. So I think the roof structure is old. Of course, it's old, and I don't know if they decided to we'll just go down through the top and build scaffolding up. If you go take a look at it in daylight, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I have a little concern about that.
Okay. Richard, is that something that he needs to?
Yeah,
talk to
we'll
someone
contact
about?
the owner and have them, get in communication with the adjacent property owner and get this worked out.
Okay.
It was really strange to see. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't. It was just one of those things. So anyway, I thought you might want to know that. But that was our two concerns. So anyway,
Okay.
like I said, I've never met Mr. Owen, so I don't know. I just thought that was kind of strange that.
Okay.
I don't know. That's all I've got.
All right.
Thank you.
Could I get you to sign in on the sheet up there?
Yes, ma'am, I did right here.
Oh, you
Do you
did?
need a telephone number or anything to go with it, or just?
I would just, does it ask for telephone number or just
No,
name and
no,
address?
it doesn't.
Just, whatever the columns are, I would just.
Got it. Taken care of. Thank you.
Taken care of. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone else wishing to speak? If not, we will go ahead and close the public hearing for this agenda item. As far as the concern regarding the access, are we just a little early for that? There's really not anything we can do to discuss that or address that at this time, right?
Yeah, there's no way to address that with a straight rezoning change. That is something that staff will look at when development plans come forward and when the plat comes forward. We'll have to look at those access issues with those surrounding properties. I know that both that lot and the theater have been accessing through that way for the past time, so we'll just have to look into that when we have plans.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any further questions or comments? Or a motion?
Motion to approve item 5A as
Motion by
presented.
Jim,
Second.
second by Alvin. All those in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners. There will be a second public hearing on this item, and final decision will be taken by City Council on February 18th, 2019.
And the final item on the agenda is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn?
Motion by Mary Ellen,
Second.
second by Alvin. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.